Let's get a little more on this. Joining us from Cairo, where he's following the developments, is Adel Al Marroui. Adel, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us here on Africa Live. Adel, as our report indicates, at least 9 people were killed in the latest Libya clashes. What are you hearing about the situation on the ground today?
So for several hours, this has been the recent and the most updated toll figures of the casualties by local authorities in Libya. So we have not received any expansion in these figures just yet. But it seems that the clashes are ongoing. They've been sparked on Friday and have stretched all night, and even early this morning on Saturday there has been report of using light and medium weight weaponry between militias that are stationed in Tajoura, which is an area about 10 kilometers away from the western capital and the main capital of Libya, Tripoli. And it comes and appears to be a clash between two militia groups after an assassination attempt of a head of one of these two groups called Al-Bagara Brigades, named after the nickname of its leader, Bashir al-Bagara. He has been sent to hospital in intensive care. His conditions have steadied, which may lead to sort of a calm in the clashes, but it's still not clear yet whether the fighting and the clashes between these two groups will diffuse, at least for today, or not.
All right, Adel, you touched on it a little bit about the causes of the clashes. Talk to us, if you will, about how the Tripoli-based government and the international organizations have responded.
So basically, since Friday, we've been getting reports that Abdelhamid Dbeibeh, the Prime Minister of the Western-based government, has been mobilizing troops all across the Libyan capital. Yesterday, unconfirmed reports said this was defense moves for the capital, fearing that maybe some of the eastern forces would attempt an attack on Tripoli. However, later on, it was clear that the government has been supporting one of the rival militia groups as it tries to maintain its control over the Libyan capital. You know, since 2011, militia groups have been overwhelmingly gaining major power all across the western region of Libya. Some of them are partners and affiliated with the government. However, they are and still do operate independently, which means that every once in a while there will be conflict between these militia groups and the government. In recent months, Abdelhamid Dbeibeh has been trying to gain control over these groups, which led to frequent clashes with those who want to resist and keep their power, as power basically in Libya means they have control over illicit, any kind of illicit operation that will get millions of dollars in revenues for these groups, and therefore many of them are not letting go of power. In overall circumstances, the reaction from the international community, specifically the European Union's mission in Libya, was quite alarming. It says it's extremely alarmed by these recent moves, and this came actually with just the mobilization of the troops even before the clashes were confirmed. So it is an alarming point. It shows that there is still a huge power in the hands of the militias, which means that the government has little authority over the western territories of Libya, and that challenges the government in its operation. It also challenges the safety and security of foreign missions in Libya.